And we are live. Welcome to Glamma's Closet, guys. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Happy Independence Day weekend. And good morning, Patrick Murphy. It looks like it's just the two of us for now, but I think we'll be joined by some folks soon. Oh, there's Zoe. Hi, Zoe. Good morning. Happy 4th. Good morning, Cubs. Wow, you are up late and early. My goodness. Jessica, good morning. How you doing? Oh my goodness. Sorry, I've had a lot of coffee. Um, Happy Independence Day weekend. I know that some of us are sharing. Some of us are watching from vacation. Some of us are sharing our stores and closets and things. Uh, and some of us are as well. Some of us are from the hospital. Jessica, I'm sorry to hear that. Um, but it's 4th of July weekend. For some people, this is like the best weekend ever. This is their holiday. My husband was always kind of like that, and he's a summer baby, so that makes sense. Um, I I'm more of a Halloween girl, more of a Christmas girl, but I am thrilled. Excuse me. I am thrilled to see everybody in the chat this morning. Thank you so much. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning, Lisa. Thank you for your lovely message this morning. So I was just wondering, is anybody in the chat from vacation? Because I had a Hoosier Stacker stop by last night while I was live and ranting, and he was on vacation in Orlando. And I'm like, that is cool that you stopped by on your vacation. That's so sweet. Good morning, Heidi. Hi. Hello, beautiful. It's good to see you this morning. It's good to see everybody this morning. And thank you so much for being here. I know some of you were up live with me last night quite late. And that was just, don't feel bad if you weren't there. That was just me popping on live in the middle of the night. And got some support and hopefully gave some support. And that was a very cathartic thing. I needed that. So thank you so much to my community for doing that. I just sort of needed that boost. And it was a craptastic day, but it turned into a fantastic night. And that is directly because of you. And thank you so much. Raquel, good morning, beautiful. How are you? Hi. Santa's on a staycation. Good morning, Santa Claus. You're on a staycation. I like a staycation. I like to hang out, and just do stuff. But I kind of do that anyway. So usually when my husband's like, let's travel, I'm like, let's go. Let's do this. You inspired me to request a live permission from YouTube. Go, girl. I hope you got it. I hope you got it. Live permission. I don't know if I asked permission. I usually would rather ask forgiveness than permission. So I don't know. YouTube may be like, by the way, I didn't give you permission to go live. And I'll be like, sorry, YouTube, it's too late, and 30 lives later, I don't know. So Heidi, you'll have to let me know how that goes, though, seriously, for you. Good morning, Geneva. It's so good to see you. Mwah. Good morning, sweetheart. We do have news of the closet. Oh, wait, let's take a look at this. The first time you click on go live, it says probably will let you at 24 hours. Dang. Wow. Yeah, my husband gets the same message. Joking. Good morning, Bama. Hello, how are you? Same, Glamma. Same. Yeah, I'm like, I'd rather ask forgiveness than permission. Bama, thank you for joining us this morning. Liv, good morning. It's so good to see you. How are you, sweetheart? Hello, hello. Much love. The closet news on Thursday mornings. I'm still with Johnny, talking about Poshmark information, starting at 7:30 a.m. Central. Um, on Sunday mornings, of course, we have our live brunch every week, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Mountain, 8 a.m. Pacific. Yeah, it's the Pacific Ocean. Pacific Ocean. Um, I do have a video out, how to measure clothing. So if you're not a clothing reseller, it may come in handy for just like measuring like t-shirts and shirts or jackets or jeans, or, if you come across something that a dress or something that you don't know how to measure, just, click on the video and find the dress. I appreciate everybody who has seen the video and commented so far. I appreciate you. Where'd she go? There she is. Hi, Jen. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Liv getting ready to go lunch with boyfriend and his family that is visiting from out of state. Oh, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful lunch. Pacific. Yeah. I'm going to say Pacific. Less messy, because if you ask permission, they say no and you do it anyways. It's a little harder to feign ignorance. Like, what? I didn't know. You'll be like, what? I didn't know we could do that. Good morning, Ella. Mwah. Good morning. And good morning, Groot. Groot. Wow. They could have coupons for Groot called Groutons. Sorry. I think I'm channeling my dad this morning. It's like corny joke Sunday or something. On 4th of July, I am going to be live. Oh God, guys, my husband works for the electric company, and we just got the word yesterday afternoon, after he had already worked a 17-hour shift. He wakes up and finds out that 85,000 more people in the St. Louis area and the metropolitan area are out of power. So they are working 17-hour shifts, with 7 hours off in between to sleep and eat. And so to all of those people, I am just so grateful. But long story short, he is also working on the 4th of July. And so I'm going live on the 4th of July, just me and my freaked out dogs. And we're just hanging out. I might do a little bit of listing. No, I don't think so. I think I'm just going to hang out and chat with my chatties. So if your dogs are freaked out, or if you're not heading out for fireworks or something equally as fun, if you're hanging out at home, please feel free to pop in and just say hi and hang out. And we'll probably just be talking about food, because that's kind of my obsession and that's what we do. So I have live on July the 4th with my freaked out puppies at 8:30 p.m. Did you blow an appendage off? Well, then lay back and relax with Live on the 4th. I've got this Patrick Murphy voice in my head that just did that, by the way. That's so funny. And yeah, I get it. We know. We know what you meant. I do want to start with fashion news this morning, from an article in Forbes magazine, because it affects a brand that a lot of us pick up, Shein. Shein, the China-based global fashion e-retailer that has come under fire for labor law violations and its environmental impact over the past 2 years. It's that whole fast fashion thing. Hey, Night's Life. Oh my God. Good morning, Robert. Mwah. It's good to see you, honey. Did I say Robert? I think it's Rich, actually. Good morning, Night's Life. I know you as Night's Life, so I know it's an R name. I think it, where was I? Oh yes. Okay. So they have been, they've been kind of like the evil face of fast fashion, and they're actually being investigated by the Federal Trade Commission for the U.S. Because of labor laws being violated and environmental laws being violated in production. And so they've got a whole list of, it's rich. Okay, that's what I thought. Um, they've got a whole kind of laundry list of like things that the Federal Trade Commission and like the all of the world organizations that concern themselves with child labor laws are really kind of ticked off about. So what they did was they invited uh, six online influencers and influencers who have like hundreds of thousands of followers, or even millions of followers. They invited six of them for an all expense paid trip to fly over to China and tour one of their factories. And it's called a Factory Innovation Center and Warehouse. And uh, this trip was paid for, of course, by Shein. Um, they went to this place where clothing is designed, made, packaged, and shipped, allegedly. The six influencers were Ajune, I don't even know who that is, Danny Carbonari, I don't know who that is, Destiny Suduth, I don't know who that is, uh, Fernanda Stephanie Campuzzo, who did collaborate with Shein to design a collection, Kenya Freeman, and Marina Saavedra. So they were among the six influences. So, um, so yeah. So all underagers will have that visitor's day off. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. And that's the thing. So they toured the factory. Carbonari's video, especially, but all of the influencers, kind of across the board, um, and their subsequent responses to the factory, and they all had kind of the same. It's almost like they were reading from the same script, almost. They all had kind of the same. They were like, "Whoa, we didn't know it was so clean. We didn't know it was so great. We didn't know the workers were so happy." And honey, if the company is trotting somebody out for you to talk to, oh, talk to this random worker on the floor and see how happy they are. And the random worker's like, "I'm so happy." Come on. You cannot be that dumb. And they are. So Carbonari's video and subsequent responses caused a huge uproar on Twitter due to people believing that she and the other influencers were shown a model factory and paid to promote propaganda, which is the most likely thing that happened. The controversy stems from criticism that Shein has received as investigative reporting revealed the company's use of quick, cheap labor violates Chinese labor laws and negatively impacts the environment. More recently, a House committee report named Shein as one of the fast fashion brands that have been evading U.S. tariff laws and violating human rights codes. Some of the responses, this is where I get juicy. I love this. Um, some of the responses were, "Yes, queen, throwing out your morals for a check is so fetch." And literally, no one believes this. And Shein really trying to gaslight right now. So, so what happened was they took these six influencers over there, sort of temporarily brainwashed them. Yes, Jeff. Yes. And hi, good morning. Influencers invited to China for mind reprogramming. Yeah. And Geneva, you're so right. I mean, they were just like, today is kids' day off at the Shein factory. I mean, it's ridiculous. Um, so of course, and the thing about the internet is whether you love it or hate it, they will call you out on the tiniest little BS. And this was like a whole shovelful. So basically what they did was these influencers who had built up these huge followings and these huge crowds are starting to lose some of their following now because they're like, because the people who are following them are like, "Hey, this is BS. This is a PR stunt." And, yeah, of course they showed you the most scrubby, clean, great factory working conditions. And of course, they showed you everything that was cool about the factories. And of course, they trotted out some random employee and said, whoa, we're so happy. And, God only knows what they paid them and or threatened them with. So I just thought it was great that the internet responded like that. You can count on them to be sarcastic. Ciro, good morning, baby. Mwah, I'm glad to see you. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Jeff, bring your kids to work day has honestly, I just like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It was the worst PR stunt. So I'm glad to see the responses, and I'm glad to see people are like, hey, cut the crap. Come on now. So yeah, that happened with Shein. And the interesting thing is that as a reseller, when I go to the store, there are some things. When I go to the thrift store or when I go to the bins, there are some things that I pick up that I'm like, wow, this is a really great piece. If it's Shein, 9 times out of 10, I will just put it back down and walk away, because I try not to support fast fashion that much. And frankly, they can probably get it cheaper on Shein than they can on my closet anyway. So I let them do that. But it's interesting because I have even parents who are environmentally really, really resourceful and really, really educated. I have a friend who has a bajillion degrees. And one of them is she actually has a degree for corporate environmentalism. And she is, I mean, really, she's like, she'll recycle everything, every single thing, or repurpose everything. And the odd thing is that her youngest daughter, is addicted to Shein and will go online and order this stuff. And from what I understand, the draw is that these kids, when asked about fashion, this Gen Z generation responded with, this is what we want from fashion. And they weren't talking about sustainability. They weren't talking about, long term. They were like, we want something that is cheap and looks cute on Instagram. So yeah, it's a fast fashion is always, sort of an ongoing issue. And I just as guilty. Sometimes I pick up fast fashion for myself. Typically I pick it up in a thrift store, so it's at least, been recycled once. But yeah, it gets really, I don't know. But I'm kind of glad that they didn't get away with this whole, whitewashing of, Shein's multitude of alleged sins, without the internet going, okay, come on now. So trust the internet, trust the World Wide Web to call you on your BS. If you have BS, they'll call you on it. They're probably calling me on it right now, and I didn't even know. I am going to invite the chat to please hit, if you're not subscribed, please hit subscribe. And if you could please hit that thumbs up button for me, I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for your engagement and for being here. I appreciate you. This week in sales, we'll talk about sales for a minute. Okay. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. So I have a if you saw my live last night, you already know I have not one but 2 cases opened this week, and it's one of those things where you go 6 months with never having a case opened. You go so long with and on Poshmark, having a case opened is kind of like somebody requesting a return on eBay. Only it doesn't stay on your permanent record. They're just like, okay, we gave them their money back. They're going to return it to you. We're all good. And I'm like, okay. So it was kind of depressing, but also right before the holiday, I usually will hit, if I know the holiday is on a weekend or like following a weekend, and I know it's one of those holidays like with July 4th, people like to get out. Um, and yeah, Heidi, that's what I said about the Poshmark returns. For some reason, they always come in threes for me, and it's always in the middle of summer. I don't know. It just how That's just how it happens out, and you'd think I'd be used to it by now. And it hit me kind of mentally, right? Like it got me when I was a little scraped raw and vulnerable anyway, and so it sort of, I don't know, it did a little bit of damage, but we don't stay down for long. And my tribe was there for me, and I truly appreciate that. That was, the magic medicine. It was incredible, and a good night's sleep doesn't hurt. Bye, Jessica. Have a good day. Um, what is said? The trust is right there and called out, but the money trail stopped them. Murica, yeah. I have a tip on emotional response to returns. Oh, please share. Please share. And I know that it's not. I know that it's not personal, but sometimes you're already walking around sort of raw, and just it'll gut punch you sometimes. Sometimes stuff like that happens, and I just have to, I mean, I'm a generally optimistic sort of person, so I don't get down for long. But last night it just sort of, I don't know, it sort of tweaked my tail, and I was just having sort of the dumps about it, and then I, you know, talked to my tribe, and I felt so much better. But let's go ahead and share what sales we did have. I went a little bit early. I went a little bit early on the big push with like new listings and sharing my closet. I started early in the week last week, well, this past week, and it made me feel like I did something very good and proactive. I try to get in early before the holidays and do my big push, instead of going, it's a 4th of July weekend sale or something like that. What I try to do is do it before the white noise starts, and it's all on sale for the 4th. So I think I was successful in that. Pretend you are in line at Target to return something that just didn't work. The clerk handles it just like it's another transaction and says thank you at the end. Be that person. Yeah, normally it doesn't quite get me in the gut like that. But I don't know. I don't know this time. And I would love to be able to. Normally I really don't take it personally. Normally I'm like, okay, didn't like it or whatever, it didn't work for you, that's fine. But for some reason, it just hit me sideways. And I think it's because I honestly had just had like just a crap-tastic week to begin with. So I think it just hit me sideways. So, if that doesn't work, talk to your tribe, and you'd be surprised. But that's a very, very good tip, Heidi. I think that's great. Hey, Jamie. Hi. Mwah. Among so many weeds. Thank you, Jamie. That's very, very sweet. Okay. But Heidi, that is a great tip also. Okay, we're going to share the screen with my Poshmark closet. And here we go. By the way, check this out. That's right. Be right back. Closed for vacation until July 6th because I'm going to take a few days off and just enjoy my grandkids. Okay, so let's start with these Kate Spades. The Kate Spade velvet patent leather pumps. Those came in a thread-up shoebox, and they sold for $30, and the net was $24 on those. The pink dark gray jogger pajama pants also came in a thread-up fun box. Those sold for $17, and I made $11.58. Now, it looks like this dress sold twice, and the first one was a cancellation because I had sent out the offer, and she didn't see the offer before she purchased them, and so she asked if she could change that. So Poshmark was kind enough to help us cancel it, and then she repurchased it at the discounted price, which is only fair because I did send out the offer to everyone who liked, and she was actually ready to seal a deal. So the dress sold for 24. I made 19.20. The Parker floral ruffle dress in small that came in a thread up box also. That was 42. That sold for 42, and the net on that is 31.58. I had this Ted Baker London gray zip up jacket. Man, guys, I started this jacket with at like $80. Um, it was crazy because I was like, "Ooh, Ted Baker London." I could not sell that jacket to my mother. I mean, that thing just would not sell. So I had 20 on it. Somebody offered me 11, and I was like, you know what? Take it. I get it out of my closet. Apparently, it was either a bad buy or a horrible buy. I'm not sure. But that sold for 11, and I made $8.05. I don't even remember. It's been in my closet for so long. I don't even remember where I got it from, honestly. I did have these size 12 pearl accent black and tan high heels. Now those I got for like $4. And these heels are, I wish you could see. I'm like, I wish you could see a close up. I wish there was a way to do that. Of course, there's a way to do that. Check these heels out. They were like woven and pearls and so crazy. And the thing that I love is that they are a size 12. So the fact that they were a size 12 was the key, because I knew that somewhere out there was a drag queen waiting for these shoes to show up on the internet. I love it. I sold those shoes for $15. I had 20 on them. They offered me 15, and I said, "Yes, queen." So I made $12 on those. I also had the Berkeys by Birkenstock American Flag rubber slide sandals, size 9. Those sold for 21, and the my total on those was 14.78. The new with tags Nintendo Super Mario Children's Hooded Towel. I forget where I picked that up from. I think it was a reseller on the online, part of an auction, and so that sold for 11, and I made 603. And then I had the Lily Pulitzer bag, blue and pink floral tote bag with the shoulder strap. I had 50 on it. Just after running comps, I realized it was a little more common than I thought it was. I had 50 on it. I spent 10 on it. I sold it for 40, and I made $32. These Converse Chuck Taylor high top white sneakers, women's 11, men's 9.5, I think. And the reason why I sold Converse for $13, which is something that I do not normally do, but these were actually a lot more problematic, I would say. They're white, and they had like stains all over the sides. You can't really see it in this picture, but there was like a lot of dark stains all over the sides and all over the back. But I picked them up for $1 at a yard sale. They were $1 at a yard sale, and I sold them for $13. So I made $10.05 on those. So that was a $9 profit. My next thing. Oh, hey, Deadhead. Good morning. The next thing that I sold was a new with tags Avon nightie. It was a white cotton blend and lace. Really, really pretty. But I mean, it's Avon brand, so it's not going to resell for a great, great deal. But I just thought it was so cute that I couldn't leave it behind. And it was new with tags. And I think I originally paid like $4 for that. That sold for 18, and my profit was 14.40 on that, or my net was 14.40. And then the last thing that sold, shipped yesterday, Levi's 517 medium wash mid-rise relaxed jeans, 36 by 29. Those were, I think those were one of the boys' old jeans. I have like 3 sons, a husband, and a brother-in-law who all donate jeans. So it was one of those free jean things. I sold those for 10. I had 16. Somebody offered me 10, and I thought, screw it, let's go. And I made $7.05 on those. So those are my sales for this week. So, hey, Tina, good morning. Hi. There's Deadhead. There's Tina. So good morning, folks. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Heidi. Your nails are cute. That you're all set. So I'm all set. Thank you. They're actually a little busted right now, but Miss Sue is going to take good care of me. She's going to take good care of me tomorrow. Tomorrow's nail day. And I'm going to get this finally debrassed. It's a little crazy. It's okay with my hair pulled back, but with curly hair, you can't have too much brass because it's very noticeable in the sunshine. Um, so my gross total was 252 for 12 sales. My net total was $190.72 after Poshmark fees and shipping discounts. I had 12 sales. My average cost of goods is $3 per item, so that's $36 total cost of goods. So 190.72, which was my net total, minus the cost of goods 36, was 154.72 was my profit this week. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, I may end up with a couple of returns on that. It's hard to tell. But that's what sold. So I had 4 pairs of shoes that went out this week, 2 pairs of pajama intimates, 2 dresses, 1 jacket, 1 kids thing, 1 bag, which was the Lily Pulitzer tote, and 1 pair of jeans. So that is, I think shoes are winning this week, and dresses are coming in a close second. Dresses and pajamas and intimates. So that is what's going on with my sales this week. And I was pretty happy about most of those 12 sales happened on Monday and Tuesday when I did that big push. Happy Sunday, Glamz. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, Tina. I am so sorry. Let me tell you this. I had a bunch of White Castles at bingo last night. Guys, it's never pretty. The fallout from White Castles, from Taco Bell, it's never pretty. It's like eating, I don't know, spicy chicken wings in the middle of the night. I don't know if you've had the buffalo wings come back to haunt you later, but that's never pretty. And I did. So I keep snacks sometimes nearby, and I have these lightly salted Pringles, right? And I'm getting ready to go to bed last night, and I'm like, you know what sounds good? Nutella. And then I'm staring at the Pringles going, OMG. If you've never dipped Pringles in Nutella, don't start, because you won't be able to stop. It's just Pringles and Nutella, and it was so good. It was so good. So that was my snack last night. So I do have a question before we move on to regular reseller news. I do have a question. What is your usual response to those times when you have more than one return and it just gets to be a lot? What is your usual response to that? Update, no explosive blank from Taco Bell again, 2 for 2. Patrick, you're playing with fire. You're playing with live ammo there. I'm just telling you, Taco Bell, you think it's safe because you had it. All you had was a taco, or maybe all you had was like a bean burrito or something. You think it's safe to go back into the haunted house, but I'm telling you, Taco Bell is a haunted house that none of us escape from with no injuries. It does not happen. Eventually, it's going to come back and haunt you. I'm not saying it's not worth it. I would eat Taco Bell right now. I would, for breakfast. Volcano burrito, it's limited time. I got to try this. Honey, I have dated the devil. Bring it. Zoe, it was a great snack. It was like dipping chips in Nutella is probably going to be my new thing. Oh boy, planning on going home right after. Yes, volcano burrito. That just sounds like a bad ride at an amusement park. I mean, you know You bought that ticket. If you end up in the bathroom for a day and a half, you buys your ticket, you take your chances on that ride. Yeah, there are some things that you eat. Like I had last night. Uh, Last night I had White Castles, and it really is. It Trust me, it's been haunting me ever since. This is the second time they brought it back since the '90s. Well, I'll have to give it a try and spin that wheel. I love the Reese's with potato chips. They have those Reese's, like regular Reese's peanut butter cups with potato chips in them. I had no idea. I had no idea. Wow. Jamie, my usual response is discouragement, but I do always treat the buyers with respect. Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I do treat the buyers with respect. I wish I were more emotionally divorced from it, and to be fair, most of the time I am. But this whole summertime thing, it's like bam, bam, bam. In my least favorite season, I'm gonna catch crap for that. I'm just not a summer girl. Um, let's see. Thank you for reaching out. We can resolve this quickly and find something that works for you. I like that. I like that. Okay, Zoe, chat, you have my attention. Yes, peanut butter cups with potato chips. Oh, I gotta find these. I Peanut butter chips with cups with potato chips in them. Hello, Jennifer Hayes. I think we're talking about how we just found the fifth level of heaven. And good morning. Mwah, good morning, gorgeous. Let's see. I like the healthier, just standard Reese's. Yes, they're so good for you. They honestly, yeah, I think they're all. I think, I mean, it's all crap. You might as well just choose the crap that you like the best, honestly. But yeah, I would be interested to see how those work. Mm. So, moving on to reseller news. Of course, we know that USPS is going to be closed for the 4th of July. They are actually going to still be picking up tomorrow on July 3rd. So they're still in business for July 3rd. They're just closed on the 4th. So, of course, any orders that are shipping out, if you can get them to the post office tomorrow, great. I think a lot of people really don't expect things to ship right away on the holiday weekend. So, take that with a grain of salt. Um, I like the crap with potato chips in them. I like all the craps with potato chips in them. Me too, but sometimes it is discouraging when I try so hard to do right by them, but then I listen to someone like you and feel better. Yeah, you are not alone, Jamie. When they return items, I urge them to double check the measurements. And that's fair. I can't it's a mistake, I think, to assume that everybody who returns something is just trying to get something for free, or, is trying to scam around the system. But also, it's a business transaction, and it's a mistake to think that you're never going to get, some scam artists too. So Heidi's right. You can't really take it that personally. Sometimes though, it's just going to feel personal. It's like, you know it's like anybody who's ever worked in customer service knows there are some days when that feels. Somebody yells at you for 2 hours because their room's not ready, and for some reason it really feels personal, and they're just yelling at the brand. They're not yelling at you, they're yelling at the brand, but it really feels personal. There are some days when it hits you harder than others. And so I can understand that. Yeah, sometimes it feels personal, and that's when probably that you've worked a little much, and you need to kind of step away from your work. just step away from your work for a minute and just get a better perspective, which is why I'm going to pick up my grandchildren tonight. They're going to stay the night. We're going to do arts and crafts. We're going swimming tomorrow. I just need to, I just need to reconnect with my regular good life is all. Um, if you have too many Reese's, same Taco Bell result. Girl, you ain't lying. On the 9th. Huh. On the 9th. Chips lightly salted, such control. I want that salt. I only got those because the regular salt ones were gone. And I was like, I need Pringles. So they don't taste lightly salted though. Just from my experience, in my opinion, clothing and hard goods returns are a different beast. The meat and potatoes of the transaction is there. However, hard goods, I think you have more of a platform to stand on. I don't know. Poshmark is unlike any other retailer in having no returns on clothing. I never buy clothes on Poshmark, so sellers are maybe spoiled. Sorry, truth, darlings. It's possible. Yeah, it's possible. They don't allow returns for size. They do allow returns for other issues, but they don't allow returns for size. So that is definitely a different animal. Same thing if you eat too much cantaloupe, but I would rather eat too many Reese's, right? You eat too much of any one thing, it's probably going to come back to haunt you one way or another. Either you can't stop or you can't go. Yep. Ping, good morning. Hi. Mwah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ping all the way from the West Coast. Hello, Ping. It's good to see you. So in reseller news, USPS, I got this from Pirate Ship, and I know that some of you have already received this email, but for those of you who have not, um, uh, reseller news, USPS information from Pirate Ship. They're making some changes on July 9th. Um, The good news is that Priority Mail with Pirate Ship's extra discounts is getting up to $4.83 cheaper for this fast and reliable 1 to 3 day service. That's a PR statement, but you get the idea. They're going to have some discounts. Which the last time Pirate Ship said they were going to have discounts, they did discount. First Class Package and Parcel Select Ground are merging into the new Ground Advantage name. So I think they're going to be changed over to like UPS Ground almost. The slower 2 to 5 day delivery speed stays the same. They're just changing names. Ground Advantage rate for packages under 1 pound, formerly known as first class packages, are staying the same. Ground Advantage rates for packages over 1 pound, formerly known as Parcel Select, are mixed. Some rates are increasing up to $1.06, while other rates are decreasing up to $3. Media mail rates are increasing by 7% across the board. So if you sell books, if you sell CDs, if you sell records, things like that, which I'm not entirely sure what's considered media mail, but I think there are certain comic books are not because they contain advertising. So I know that much from my comic book friends. The signature confirmation is increasing to $3.40, and then everything else is staying the same. Now, also from e-commerce bites, there is news about PayPal. PayPal has been experiencing a technical issue that prevents some customers from completing transactions on numerous third-party websites that use PayPal to power their checkout buttons. Operators of the websites and plugins say the problem began as early as June the 20th. On June the 28th, a PayPal moderator confirmed the company's developers were working on a fix. Reports indicate the problem has impacted users of services such as Zenforo, MemberMouse, and eJunkie. Clearly, the problem would be getting more attention if it also impacted sites like eBay and Etsy, which presumably connect with PayPal in a different way. But eJunkie is one of those sites where some people do sell. And so a reader who sells digital products and uses eJunkie for automatic PDF download on their website told e-commerce bytes that they only learned of the problem after a customer contacted them to report that they were unable to complete the order. eJunkie has been documenting the problem in a thread on its forum and said PayPal acknowledged the issue at their end on June the 22nd and assigned developers to resolve it. People are also discussing it on a thread on the PayPal forums. Some report that while they may get sporadic transaction come through, their PayPal payments have virtually ceased for the past week. Some users said they were turning to Stripe to process payments on their website, including the e-commerce bytes reader who alerted us to the problem. Um, okay, now here's my question then. What is Stripe? Is it like PayPal? Does anybody know what Stripe is? Do any of you resellers use Stripe? Because I'm unfamiliar with it. I'm assuming it's kind of like a PayPal, but I've never used it. Yeah, media might be better going ground advantage. You're right. You're right. You got a new one listed. Yay! Sounds like they really want people to use priority shipping. Those rates are getting lower. I hope so. I hope so. Posh does treat us well, but the item not as described, Posh treats both sides respectfully. Grammar was messed up on that, but Posh is good for the buyer if not as described. Yeah, if the buyer truly feels like they have been um, like they've been sold something that was not as described, or that the item that came to them was in some way grossly unsatisfactory, they will return it. So Poshmark will side with them sometimes. But also, good morning, Joe Mouse. Mwah, good morning, Jojo. But also, they have they're usually not as quick as eBay to side with the buyer. So Heidi has a point, but also, Jamie, you have a point in that they usually treat the buyer very respectfully. So it is like PayPal. Okay, it's another payment processor. Isn't Stripe a point of sale using a cell phone to accept payments? Okay. Patrick, are you overachieving today? I'm just not there. I think it's all the Taco Bell he ate. Cops, have a wonderful day. Mwah. You have a wonderful day. Take good care of yourself. Yeah, I was wondering about Stripe. I've never used any other point of sale online sales. Sort of. I use PayPal for all the auctions unless somebody really needs to do Venmo or Cash App. I've had one Venmo and one Cash App. But I do Venmo and Cash App through my husband's phone because it's just not something that I can only handle so many platforms. So I don't do it through my phone, which means that we have to download all the information and print it out and make sure it's got line items for my tax purposes and stuff like that. So kind of a different story. I don't use it a whole lot, but if somebody really needs to pay with PayPal or pay with Venmo or Cash App, I can do that. But I've never heard of Stripe before. That's interesting. Everyone I didn't say hi to because my daughter is driving me nuts here. That will happen. Yeah. Kids, I don't know what's wrong with these kids today. Jennifer, you're not alone. My son is driving me crazy too. Lisa, I feel that. Jen, I feel that. I don't have it today, but I will have it tonight because I'm going to have my grandbabies, and although I enjoy their company, at one point, usually between the first bath and the last toothbrushing, I get Glamma, 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 Glamma. It's absolutely crazy, and I'm running all over the house. So I wanted to wrap this up with a sweets for the sweetest. To the men and working, to the men and women I need to stop talking for a second. Okay. I'm going to wrap this up with the sweets for the sweetest. To the men and women, I still can't talk, working 17-hour shifts to restore power to those 85,000 homes, to their families who have to put up their absence on this weekend. And it is a dangerous job. So, to all of them, thank you so much. And thank your families for their support of you. I appreciate that. Um, my nephews are in Greece on vacation with their parents. Tough life, huh? Yeah. Yeah, it sucks to be them. Tell them I'll trade them places. They can come stay at Glamma's house and just look on their phones for a week, and I'll go to Greece. Thank you to Bandwagon Bingo Hall for making my friend's birthday great and giving us a great night out. We did have a lot of fun. Thank you to the veterinarians who are helping all of our dogs not to freak out so much. Thank you for the drugs. And if you don't know, they gave my puppies a pill. She doesn't like the pill, but she does like the long story, but she does like the CBD puppy chews, and they do have CBD puppy chews that are specifically made for pups that come from a vet. And she does like those. So go figure. I've got, yeah, the Cheech and Chong doggy way of celebrating the fourth. To all of those who have served our country with honor, thank you very much for protecting our right to celebrate the 4th of July. Um, and a very special thanks to everyone who was there for me last night, to everyone who commented afterwards. I know that me popping on in the middle of the night, I cannot expect everybody to be there. I didn't expect that at all. I was kind of shocked at the number of people that did show up and did come into the chat. I just needed to kind of share that, yeah, if you're having a crap cake of a week with two poop cherries on top, you're not alone. You're not alone. And you're never alone. This community is so supportive. And sometimes all you need to know is that somebody is going through the same thing that you are. It's amazing what happened after I saw Dodo's like, yeah, Dodo was in the chat and she's like, yeah, I had, 3 returns and it's driving me crazy. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you. Because I fully anticipate a third return because they always come in threes and they always come in the middle of summer for me. But it's always one of those things where I just got to kind of, step back and go, okay, let's get this into proper perspective. You've had a week that sort of, shaved off your little shields one by one. And so you're feeling a little raw. And then it happens, it comes at you. So, it just to know that you're not alone in that is kind of an incredible thing. And Patrick Murphy, tackle hugs at you too. Thank you. Yeah. Happy 4th, y'all. Happy 4th, all. Yes, my puppy needs a chill pill called Trazodone. Works good. Yeah, they gave her these little white pills that look like for all the world they look like a giant aspirin or a Percocet. And they gave her giant pills, and there's some sort of puppy anti-anxiety pill. And they're supposed to take 2 to 2.5 because she's a really huge dog. So she's got so I tried to give him to her and she wasn't having it. Wrapped him into peanut butter, she didn't have it. Put the peanut butter wrap stuff on top of a dog biscuit, wasn't having it. And so finally what I figured out is that if I take any of those pills, or last night the CBD treats, which PS my other dog took like a pro. She took like she's been dropping CBD for 20 years. She's like, oh yeah, that looks good. Smells like liver. I'm in. So my big dog was like, I don't trust you. So I mixed it in. I had some leftover juice from like this pulled pork that I made, and I mixed it in a bowl with the juice, with like the peanut butter and the dog treat and everything. And finally, she ate it, and man, it was not 10 minutes afterwards. She was like, she just crashed. I mean, she was so fun. And so, yeah, I check with your vet and see if they do the CBD gummy, not gummies, but like the little CBD doggy treats, because those worked better than the medication that they gave her. And they gave her some pretty good medication for anxiety. All the fakies out there lost my attention. Well, I may be, sometimes I'm a little more sometimes I'm a little more real than I'm comfortable with, but thank you very much. And I appreciate your support so much, Lisa. My cat is freaking out, but those fireworks hit dogs even more. Awful time of year for our furry friends. Really? That is so true. That is so true. And especially, it just seems like the bigger the dog, it's always been the case in my house because we've always had big dogs. But it seems like the bigger the dog, the scareder they are of fireworks. These are dogs that people just, like the Amazon guy will like, drop off the package and quick walk back to his car because my dog is like, "Blah, blah, 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 blah." And then, one crack of lightning and she's like, "Oh, oh, oh," and I'm like, please, you're killing me. So yeah, the doggy gummies. They're yeah. Next time, squish the pill in cheese. I need to do that because I need something that she's going to inhale almost whole, and she will do that with cheese. The only cheese I have left is this really good mozzarella that I made a caprese salad with, and I don't want to waste it. It was really expensive, and I went to the hill to get it. That's bad, but yeah, I'm greedy with my cheese. So I tried peanut butter, and apparently peanut butter and barbecued pork sauce is the key. I don't know. That's the weird thing. I'm a big dog person too. Yeah, we're really, we got the big puppies. I'm so glad to hear about the doggy gummies. Yeah, the thing is that they're not exactly gummies, but what they look like are the little bitty liver treats, and they are about the size of my fingernail. And so you give one per 25 pounds. So I gave two to my 60-pound dog and then three to my 90-pound dog. I almost did a fourth one, but I thought, it's her first time tripping, right? You don't want her to have a bad trip. So I gave her three. My five cats are used to fireworks since they hear them every night since we live so close to Disneyland. See, that's smart. And you'd think that my dogs would be like normalized to it by now because in the area that I'm in, it's an unincorporated area. My Lord have mercy, they blow up everything. So I'm kind of surprised. I'm kind of surprised. My little one is actually, she's like, tra la 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 la, and so yeah, she's pretty relaxed. The thunderstorms, though, that have been happening for the past few days have also freaked her out. So she got really kind of freaked out by those. So the thunderstorms, and then it was like thunderstorms, fireworks, thunderstorm, and I'm like, good God. I'm like, can you leave my dogs alone for 5 minutes and just let them sleep and not be, one in each ear hole? I mean, it's crazy. Yes, my big babies are 85 pounds and sound like watchwear. Folks don't get too close. Yeah, they're great watchdogs. They're great, they're very obedient, but they are scared to, well, especially the bigger they are, the more scared they are of the thunder. It's weird. My cat freaks out every time a train hits the horn, which is frequent here. Oh yeah, yeah, like yeah, I can see that. And they have so much better hearing than we do that you don't realize how invasive maybe that sort of a sound can be for them, or how jarring it can be. So Yeah, I can see freaking out. I mean, if I don't know, if I had her in my ear all day, I'd probably be kind of upset too. Or even if somebody just snuck up on me and didn't tell me it was coming, and her, I can see that, Jamie. So I am going to. This is where I wrap things up, but I am going to be live on again on 4th of July that evening. I can't go out and watch the fireworks because my dogs will just go nuts. It's daily. It's getting more and more and more crazy. And by the 4th of July, it's like neighbors battling neighbors to see who can have the biggest show. So it's fun to just grab like a chair and go sit out front or go on my back deck and sit at the lawn chairs there, and watch the fireworks. But there's no way to do it without dogs. Um, so I will be live on 4th of July at 8:30 p.m. Central, 9:30 Eastern, 7:30 Mountain, 6:30 Pacific, and just be hanging out for a little while, and we'll just talk about, we're just gonna BS. Honestly, we're just gonna hang out and BS. So if you're into it, great. If you're free, great. If you're bored, great. Come on, hang out. If not, I hope you have a wonderful and safe 4th of July. Just know that Glamma loves you no matter what. And again, thank you so much for your support last night, everybody, and for your support today. I truly, truly appreciate you. So please don't forget. Don't you ever forget. Glamma loves you.